Welcome back. So watching Beautiful Day, this is Weather HQ. Now, with the onset of colder weather, many are asking how the drop in temperature is affecting our fish supply. Now, from the slower growth of bangus and tilapia to the impact of the closed fishing season, even the surge in galunggong prices is also a factor. These changes are already being felt in markets and coastal communities across the country. Now, to help us understand what really is happening and what we should expect in the upcoming weeks, we are joined via Zoom by BFAR Chief Information Officer Nazario Briguera. So, Nazer, magandang umaga po. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much, Paolo, for this opportunity also to share some information from the agency.
So now, let's start with the cold weather and its effects here. Of course, we're talking about yung growth and health of our fish, especially when it comes to yung supply natin. Let's focus on bangus and tilapia. Has the weather already affected yung supply natin when it comes to bangus and tilapia?
Specifically for milkfish, no, milkfish is a tropical or warm water species. They actually thrive better in warm water. So it is natural that cold weather affects their growth. So when the weather is cold, just like other types of fish, as you mentioned, tilapia also, their metabolism slows down. So as a result, they eat less, which leads to slower growth. So yun yung characteristics kasi ng bangus pag malamig, hindi siya masyadong kumakain. So talagang hindi nagiging mabilis ang kanyang paglaki.
Sir, when we take a look at you mentioned it a while ago, nagsaslow down yung metabolism, and of course, because of that, they grow a bit slower. Does that actually affect yung timeline for yung mga fisher folk po natin, those who actually raise mga bangus and tilapia in terms of actually bringing yung fish to market nila?
Yes, that would actually affect the growing period. So instead of harvesting the stocks for a specific period of times, so they tend to delay it first for the species or for the fish to grow a bit bigger, and then so that they can bring it or sell it to the market.
So, sir, because of that, do we expect, because we're also experiencing longer cold spells dito sa bansa, do we actually expect fish supply to be affected at all, or mararamdaman ba natin in terms of yung market prices as well?
Well, ang magandang balita kasi nito, Paolo, pagdating doon sa bangus tilapia, despite the fact na yun nga yung cold weather nakaka-apekto doon sa paglaki nila, sapat ang supply natin ngayon sa ating mga palengke, no? In fact, stable din ang presyo ng bangus, ang tilapia, specifically the supply coming from Bulacan and Pangasinan. So there's no reason for us to worry, especially our buying public, in terms of the supply of bangus and tilapia, because we have sufficient supply in the market.
Let's talk more about the science of this, sir, because there is a term called cold stress when it comes to yung mga isda po natin, when we talk about those who are actually raising these fish. Just how can that actually lead to fish kills if not properly managed?
Yes, actually, that's an excellent question. So, for example, itong sa ating mga aquaculture fish species, the farmers has to take note that when cold weather is happening, and there's really a tendency for their stocks to eat less because of that slow metabolism, what they can do is actually to reduce the feeding rate for their staff. No? Dapat dahan-dahanin lamang yung pagbibigay ng feed sa mga alaga kapag ganitong malamig ang panahon, dahil nga hindi sila nakakakain. So itong hindi nila nakakain, maiipon lamang ito sa ilalim ng fish pond at posibleng mabulok siya at magdudulot ito ng water pollution, yung dissolved oxygen level bababa siya, at tama ka, posibleng manghulugan ito ng fish kill. So ganun yung management na kailangan gawin ng ating mga fish farmers pagka ganitong malamig ang panahon, and then yun nga, may pagbagal sa paglaki ng mga kanilang alaga, hindi masyadong kumakain, so dapat i-manage yung feeding.
Well, of course, it feels like a very simple yet effective way of actually managing that. But at the same time, the department does also implement, or rather, country implements a closed fishing season from November to February. What is yung main objective when it comes to this closed fishing season?
Yes, right now, in the northeastern Palawan, we are actually implementing the closed fishing season, particularly for specifically for Galunggong. So this is based on an existing policy or circular, the JAO Administrative Order Number 1, Series of 2015, and that pertains to the establishment of a closed fishing season for the conservation and management of galunggong or
Mm-hmm.
ground scad in northern Palawan. So magra-run siya. Actually, nagsimula siya nung November 1 at magtatapos siya sa January 31. So this is, Paolo, a conservation measure that we've been implementing for so many years already. And the goal of this is to allow the stocks to
Yeah.
recover, to recuperate in terms of their population, because based on science, during this period, it is when this fish species spawn. So, spawning period nila ito. So,
Mm-hmm.
para makapangitlog sila, makapagparami, that's why we're actually implementing a closed fishing season.
Mhm. Is this the main reason why that galunggong prices in particular have risen? Because we have also seen reports that there are up to prices of 400 pesos per kilo when it comes to yung galunggong. Is it all due because of this closed fishing season?
Yeah, mainly this is due to the closed fishing season. May pagtaas talaga doon sa presyo dahil following the law of supply and demand, kung limitado ang supply mo, may tendency talaga na tataas yung presyo. And based on our monitoring, it appears that may pag spike talaga ng presyo kung ikukumpura mo ito the same period last year, no, particularly for galunggong. And well, one of the mitigating measures that actually the Department of Agriculture to the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources has implemented is to allow a temporary importation. But
Mhm.
it appears that even from the countries where we source out this galunggong, yung round scad, ay may limitasyon din sa supply. So kahit inalaw yung importation, medyo limitado rin yung pagpasok ng supply dahil mismo doon sa pinagkukuhanan ay mayroon ding limitasyon. Ito yung dahilan kung bakit nakikita natin may pagtaas ng presyo sa ating mga palengke. Pero ang sinasabi natin, nagsalita na rin ang aming kalihim, Secretary Francisco Tio Laurel, sinabi na niya na well, marami naman kasi tayong alternative, no? Nandiyan nga yung bangus at tilapia na
Mhm.
sinabi ko na kanina, I've mentioned earlier on na there is no there is sufficient supply. There is no shortage when it comes to tilapia and galunggong. So, pwedeng maging alternatibo ito ng ating mga kababayan kung yun nga, medyo may issue sila doon sa pagtaas ng presyo ng galunggong, kung hindi nila ito kung hindi ito pasok sa kanilang budget, then they can actually opt to buy bangus and tilapia na lang na dito naman ito inalagaan sa atin, magandang source of protein din ito. So that's what we advise to our buying public, Paolo.
Sir Nazer, I would ask you kung anong preference mo, bangus or tilapia, if you can't have galunggong. But we don't have enough time, so thankfully for that, we'll get our daily fish some other way. Maraming salamat, Sir Nazer. Really appreciate your time and of course the insights that you've given today.
Thank you very much, Paolo, for always giving us the opportunity. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. That's Sir Nazario Briguera of BFAR.